You should know better than to ask me that. If they didn't tell you what I was working on, they didn't want you to know. I'm certainly not going to put my neck on the line and spread their dirty little secrets. You're standing in the Advanced Systems Division, and you are not a part of my staff. If you want a tour of the place, why don't you ask Father, seeing that he's apparently given you the keys to the castle? Now, can I get back to work? So now you're just going to hurl baseless accusations to get what you want? Come on, you can do better than that. Well, how sweet of them. He trusts you because you're family. I'm not. I can't just take your word for it. I need more than that. I am getting a bit tired of all the secrets around here. Sometimes I feel like Father isn't being straight with me. Like there are things I'm not supposed to know about. I don't like that. But still, how can I turn my back on all of this? You know, I never understood why the Institute was so damn selfish. You really know how to push my buttons, don't you? And I'll never forgive him for it. A holotape? This better not be a waste of my time. Why would I possibly want to come crawling back to the Brotherhood? What reason would I have to throw away everything I've accomplished here? Tell me something. Even if I wanted to return to them, why would they want me back? Fine. All right. Dr. Virgil's lab was in the Biosciences Division. I'd tell you to be quiet about it, but your Brotherhood and discretion isn't exactly your strong suit. And finally, if you get caught, we never had this conversation. I can give you a code that will get you into the section, but the lab itself has been sealed, so you'll have to breach it on your own. I don't know. Is there? And for that, I thank you. Is that supposed to make me feel bad? Just give me what you found. You're wasting your breath. I'm a scientist, not a soldier. The Brotherhood desired my creations in order to destroy, to take control. I'm not interested in returning to that way of life. Oh, wait a second. You're asking me to rejoin them, aren't you? Why the hell would they want me back? That's a fair point. Then we have nothing more to say to each other. Now, if you'll please get out of my way, I have a lot of work to do. Good. The Brotherhood wants me back, and the best they can do is send a robot that does nothing but follow orders. Sorry, but you're going to have to do a lot better than that. Me? Why? Took you long enough to find that evidence. Let me see what you've got. I thought I was clear. Bring me the evidence, and I'll consider returning to the Brotherhood. Well, have you decided to get the evidence from Virgil's lab? Or is this just another waste of my time? Oh, it's you. You're not authorized to be here, but you neglected to mention that I'd be asked to work on Liberty Prime. I've been down this road with the Brotherhood before. Why would I make the same mistake twice? I hope so. Prime suffered some significant damage to his memory core. I wish your people would have been a bit more careful, Proctor. The good news is that the damage isn't irreversible, and I should be able to get the power flowing into his CPU core without overloading. If your people stay out of my way, that is. You're right, I did. Now that you know what the actuators are, you need to know how to make them. We went over this already. I left the Brotherhood because they had me work on weapons of war, especially her. I don't want her anywhere near me while I work. Oh, don't try and pin that nonsense on me. I said I'd come back to the Brotherhood, and I have. That's going to be a problem. Without a fully loaded nuke pack, Prime won't have the firepower to take on the Institute. Ingram wants to see you right away. I think it's important. Any luck with those actuators yet? Liberty Prime isn't going far without his arms and legs. Don't worry, I'll fix your damn robot. Now get the hell away from me. Go tell Ingram I'll be down soon. Just need to get my things together. Nothing changed my mind. I promised you I'd return to the Brotherhood, and I've kept my end of the bargain. If you're here to talk me into working on Liberty Prime, you can forget it. I said I'd return to the Brotherhood of Steel, and I have. You know, if anyone else wearing a Brotherhood of Steel uniform said something like that, I'd laugh in their face. But coming from you, it sounds like you actually mean it. These are the plans and the materials list. Don't lose them. Especially him. I don't want him anywhere near me while I work. You son of a bitch. And for a moment there, you almost had me thinking that you actually cared about the Commonwealth. And about me. Fine. You want your robot fixed? I'll fix it. Just stay the hell out of my way. Tell Proctor Ingram to get her scribes ready. It's going to take a hell of a lot of work to get Liberty Prime back online, but we'll get it done. Right on schedule. I've completed the restoration of Prime's basic functions, and he's ready to go. In fact, it's getting difficult to explain to the system why it can't move right now. I'll work with your team to ensure that Prime's bombs remain stable after they're loaded into his pack. It won't be too much of a problem. Get away from me. Some of us have work to do. As soon as those bombs arrive, I'll help Proctor Ingram get them loaded onto Liberty Prime. Rearming Prime with nukes should get him back to full fighting potential. You really know how to push my buttons, don't you? What they did to Dr. Virgil was cruel. It was wrong. How could I be so blind? All those people dying in the Commonwealth while I was surrounded by food, medicine, and comfort. Oh, you really know how to push my buttons, don't you? How could I be so blind to the Institute's greed? It's a little early to begin celebrating, Proctor Ingram. We haven't fully thrown the switch on Liberty Prime, and I'm just hoping all the work I've done to keep his system stable are gonna hold. Are you seriously suggesting we assault the Commonwealth? You're seriously advocating aggressive above-ground actions? Given that the relay is the only way to access the Institute, handy is something of an understatement. Speaking of, I trust our discussion will remain between the two of us. Now, I need to get back to work, and I'm sure you have other things to do. If nothing else, it should demonstrate the amount of trust Father has placed in you. Now, for the sake of keeping up appearances, let me see that Pip-Boy of yours. The same thing it does for our coursers. Creates a link to the relay that allows them, and now you, to get in and out at will. In case the significance is lost on you, you'll be the only one here with that kind of access. I assure you, it's necessary. The relay is the only access to the surface that we possess. You're to be given full access, with the ability to relay in and out of the Institute at will. Already? But you just started those 2 days ago. Damn, that was quick. I assumed it would take you at least 2 more days. Well, I'm certainly impressed. Keep up the good work. I have to admit, you've really raised the bar for this team. You all know that Dr. Thompson from Facilities has expressed concerns about our power consumption. I'm aware of that. Nevertheless, we're going to have to cut back. I'll have a complete rationing plan ready soon, but in the meantime, I need you to make cuts anywhere you can. I know it won't be easy, but we'll have to make do. That's all for now. Dr. Orman, over here, please. It's time. Ah, that. It would seem we've run out of time. Let's go. All right. If you expect to be coming and going, you're going to need one. You may have noticed the relay is our only access to the surface. I've been told to install a courser chip in it for you. Father's orders. Well, let's get to it. What can I do for you? It's that time then, is it? All right. Calm down. When do you think we might be able to continue my lessons in quantum electrodynamics? I've been thinking about unified field theory, and I have a few insights that I wanted to discuss. I like it. I'm sure you will. Maybe you can change the motto to Womankind Redefined. Oh, I plan to do a lot more than that. I intend to be running the Institute before I'm 40. I'm eager to hear them. Let me check my schedule and I'll see what's available. I have to admit, you're the fastest learner I've ever known. At the rate you're going, it'll be you that's teaching all of us. We're going to cover the basics of the operation as it stands now. Dr. Orman has done most of the prep work, so I'll let her explain. I designed and oversaw the building of the reactor that ultimately solved the power problems. Very well. Good luck to you. With my assistance, they were able to get his reactor running and use him against their enemies. The point here is that in designing the power system for the robot, I had full knowledge of every onboard system. Once the generators are down, we'll be able to throw everything we've got at them. And I do mean everything. In objective terms, yes, it was. But the things I went through, that project included, ultimately caused me to seek out something better. It's what led me to the Commonwealth and to the Institute. I know exactly what it is capable of and precisely how to exploit those capabilities. If you have any questions, now's the time to ask. Otherwise, they'll be waiting for you in the relay room. You have no idea what I went through. The awful choices I had to make. No idea. That was 10 years ago. One of many things that led me to abandon my old life and seek out the Institute. They'll be destroyed along with the rest of the Brotherhood. Yes, well, oh, spare me. It was 10 years ago. You were sleeping peacefully in your little tube while I went through a very special kind of hell. You have no right to judge me. We don't need a plan B. This will work. Anything else? The Brotherhood discovered him. An old pre-war military project that never saw the light of day due to power problems that couldn't be solved. In case the significance is lost on you, you'll be the only one here with that kind of access. Taking your new appointment in stride, I see. Very well. We've shifted resources off of other projects, like the child synth, to focus on Phase 3. I'm hoping that the above-ground efforts are successful. I understand those depend heavily on you. I'm sorry. I report to the director. Not you. If nothing else, it should demonstrate the amount of trust Father has placed in you. Ah, it's you. You're here, then. I've been told to install a courser chip in it for you. Father's orders. Did you need something? You're to be given full access, with the ability to relay in and out of the Institute at will. All right. Given that the relay is the only way to access the Institute, handy is something of an understatement. Yes, well, with the reactor running, we've moved back to our regular projects. Dr. Watson is, I believe, working on power consumption in our laser weapons. Dr. Ormond is... well, I'm not quite ready to divulge that yet. She has several, let's say, ambitious proposals. Now, unless there's something else, I really do need to get back to work. Oh, before I forget, let me see that Pip-Boy of yours. The same thing it does for our coursers. Creates a link to the relay that allows them, and now you, to get in and out at will. I'm sorry. Not my intention. There's just quite a bit going on right now, and your arrival has the potential to throw things off schedule. Yes, things are... It's fine. I'm sorry, I don't socialize much. I prefer to focus on my work. I assure you, it's necessary. The relay is the only access to the surface that we possess. I'm not sure what there is to say. Dr. Watson is the Specialist Project's lead scientist. He's, how to put it, very organized and precise. Dr. Ormond is one of the youngest scientists in the Institute, and she's something of a prodigy when it comes to physics. If you expect to be coming and going, you're going to need one. You may have noticed that the relay is our only access to the surface. Well, take your time and consider the choice. It's a significant one. But if not, then it's probably best that you leave. Otherwise, you risk becoming an unwanted distraction. If you can contribute to our work here, then you should consider staying. We could use your help. Sorry, I shouldn't have phrased it that way. If something were to upset that balance, it could jeopardize our progress. I'm simply saying that our work requires a careful coordination between Father and the divisions. That's the smartest thing I've heard you say yet. Good luck. Once you start building the actuators, we need one for each limb, so you'll need to make a total of 4. You gonna stand here all day, or are you gonna plug in the agitator? The power shunt is ready to go. Push that button and Prime will be running off his own reactor. And to base the physical features off records of his own childhood? It defies all logic. The responses map almost identically to expectations, some of the most lifelike I've seen. If I were slightly more arrogant, I might consider that a sign of success. How am I supposed to explain to my staff that Sean wants a child synth for no immediately apparent valid line of research? Benet has done some really marvelous work with the personality mesh. It's almost too good. Still, I think we'll need to consider restricting him to the lab only for the moment. I'm well aware that others are put off by his presence. I've always been on board with the Gen 3 program. It makes sense, but this? Nothing good can come from this. This is day 8 of Trial 6. The last week has been very productive, but exhausting. I think we'll need a break after this. Just a second or two. Forgetting that he's not a real boy. I think he's actually lost his mind. I can't believe he really expects me to do this. No, I can't do this. I won't. It's starting to have an effect on the team, I think. I know I've been caught up in the moment once or twice. Ooh, does it make you feel better when you say that? That's the first honest thing I've heard you say in a long time. Maybe. That remains to be seen. But even if you did, was it worth the cost? Look, I'm really busy, and I'm not in the mood for talking. I have some important work to do, if you'll excuse me. We really should just stay out of each other's way. Oh, God, now you're starting to sound like Maxon. He really got under your skin, didn't he? I hope you appreciate the responsibility that will come with being the director of the Institute. Now what do you need? At last, the refurbished reactor is operational. I'm sure that's not why you're here, though. Welcome, Director. What can I do for you? That's all I can do, Paladin. The rest is up to you. Remember to stay clear when Prime throws his bombs. Get caught in the blast and you could be vaporized. Farewell, Paladin. Give Father my regards. We've lost a great leader. But you've lost a son. You have my deepest sympathies. Let's hope the change in leadership is a smooth one. We've lost a great leader, but you've lost a son. You have my deepest sympathies. Of course, I wouldn't want to ruin your celebration, Sentinel. Well, maybe you should take a step back for a moment and analyze what you just did. The fact of the matter is that innocent people died because Elder Maxon had delusions of grandeur. He kept preaching that the Institute was playing God for creating the synths. Well, you know what? Maybe he should take a look in the mirror, because he's the only one that I saw that's been playing God. Just keep telling yourself that. I'll bet it helps you sleep at night. You know, I actually convinced myself that you were using Liberty Prime as leverage, that you were hoping for the Institute to surrender. This is the second time I've let the Brotherhood betray me, and I don't intend for there to be a third. I've already told Proctor Ingram that I'm through working on Liberty Prime. I'm going to work on my own projects in peace, so from now on, I suggest we stay out of each other's way. Please tell me you're kidding. You can't be that blind. Well, it appears you got what you wanted. The Institute's destroyed, and everyone up here thinks you're a hero. Instead of celebrating, perhaps we should mourn for the innocents who died in the Institute. The Institute is gone. There's nothing more to talk about. Of course, it's not really Sean. None of his memories are in there. That, even now, would be a step too far. Yes, I knew him. We were colleagues. Proctor Ingram told me what happened to him. To think Father covered it all up. Why bring that up? Has something happened? Ah, there's the old Brotherhood spirit. I'd almost forgotten how much I missed the intimidation and the threats. Needs my help. Why? They seemed to have everything under control when I left. You're giving me your word, even though we just met? Fine. Oh, please. Do you really think a cheap tactic like that is going to work on someone like me? Stop trying to avoid the legwork by lying. Either you get me the evidence, or we have nothing else to talk about. Deal? And I don't like being asked to pull up stakes and invalidate the last decade of my life. I'd say it's more than a fair trade. I'm such a fool. I never promised I'd return to the Brotherhood. I said I would consider it. You're just going to have to trust me. If the Brotherhood didn't, they wouldn't have risked sending you to find me in the first place. Now hand it over. I'll make my way back to the Brotherhood. But I'm going to have to do it on my own. I can't take any chances being seen with you. Tell whoever sent you that they've just regained the services of Dr. Madison Lee. Father may have given you the keys to the castle, but this is still my laboratory. If you plan to stay down here with us, you need to learn how things work. I don't see how that's my problem. Since Father trusts you, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. Say what you came here to say, and then leave me alone. I might not agree with everything he says, but I know he'd never allow harm to come my way. That's my offer. Take it or leave it. If I knew that, I wouldn't need your help. Look for Virgil's notes or his personal recordings. Anything that can shed some light on what happened. Now get to it, before I change my mind about the whole thing. More than enough. You'd think being surrounded by cutting-edge laboratory equipment and some of the greatest minds the world's ever known would be enough. Only problem is the lack of transparency. I don't think we get the full story on everything that occurs down here. What does that have to do with why we're talking? Are you kidding me? I am surrounded by cutting-edge laboratory equipment and some of the greatest minds the world's ever known. What does that have to do with why we're talking? All right, I'll play your game. I was tired of being stepped on and used by the Brotherhood. First, there was the water purification project, designed to freely benefit the entire capital wasteland. Even though the Brotherhood allowed it to be activated, they wanted to control it. Then there were other, more classified projects, always using my work as weapons of war. I simply had enough. I did some pretty sensitive work for the Brotherhood of Steel. Even though Lyons let me go, there were a few others in the ranks that thought I knew too much. That's why I came to the Institute. It was the only place that I thought I'd be out of the Brotherhood's reach and still be able to do my research. I had a colleague down here, a Dr. Virgil. Several months ago, there was an accident in his lab, and he was killed. I wanted to help with the investigation, but Father had the laboratory sealed, saying that it was contaminated. The incident never sat right with me. The more I asked about it, the more I felt like Father was deflecting my questions. If you bring me solid information on what killed him, I'll take it as a favor from the Brotherhood and consider your offer. Do we have a deal? All those innocent people up there, dying. And here I am surrounded by technology that could make their lives better. Yet we hide down here and insulate ourselves from everything and everyone. It's not right. It's not right. I'll make my way back to the Brotherhood. But I'm going to have to do it on my own. I can't take any chances being seen with you. Tell whoever sent you that they've just regained the services of Dr. Madison Lee. They lied to me. They lied to me, and I didn't even realize how far it went. All those years of loyalty. For nothing. Just let me hear it. Since when do you know what I consider bad news? You must think I'm some kind of idiot. Father may have given you the keys to the castle, but I still decide who goes in and who goes out of my laboratory. So why don't you just run along and let me get back to work? Let's just say I still have a few people I can rely on in here, including someone that knows how to operate the teleportation system. Don't worry, I'll keep my word. Was there anything else? I need to get my things together. You don't beat around the bush, I'll give you that. I came to the Institute to get away from the Brotherhood, from the whole world. I just wanted to do my research in peace. Father took me in and gave me access to cutting-edge technology that I only dreamed existed. I became jaded. I thought that the Institute cared, that they wanted to better mankind. Maybe in their own twisted way they still do. But now I realize if you can't trust the people you're working for, then it's all pointless. If they lied about Dr. Virgil, who knows what else they've been lying about? Or what their plans are for my work. I knew it was just a matter of time before your people would track me down. I've been looking over my shoulder for almost a decade, waiting for them to send someone like you to kill me. About what? Where are you going? I thought you wanted to talk. You're obviously here for a reason, and you've already spoiled my experiment, so you might as well spit it out. That would be dangerous. If we're seen together, it could jeopardize everything. Father would never willingly allow me to leave the Institute. I made it from the capital wasteland to the Commonwealth on my own, you know. I can take care of myself. Now, is there anything else? I need to prepare to leave. Well, let's see. A Brotherhood of Steel airship arrives in the Commonwealth. You find a way to intercept our teleport signal, and now you show up at my door. There's no getting rid of you, is there? To both of us. Stop beating around the bush. It's obvious that you're from the Brotherhood of Steel. I wasn't aware that I had to answer to you at all. Here, this is everything I have. It's not much, but you can use them however you like. Anything else? That's a load of crap, and we both know it. A Brotherhood of Steel airship arrives in the Commonwealth. You find a way to intercept our teleport signal, and now you show up at my door. What's your problem? You gonna say anything? Hello? Anyone in there? What's with the silent treatment? I'll be along soon. Just tell whoever sent you to prepare for my arrival. So you can interrupt me twice? No thanks. Advanced Systems, Special Projects. You've seen the boy, Synth, already? We've been hard at work on him for quite a while now. Yes, I know who you are. We all do. While I'm sure Father is very happy that you're here, I do hope it doesn't interrupt our work. What I want, in this case, is largely irrelevant. Father gave his orders. I didn't mean to offend you. I just thought you might find it comforting to know that you're not the only outsider here. Thank you. I do appreciate that. Proctor, all the readouts look green. I think it's time for you to perform the power shunt. You again. What do you want now? No, that won't be necessary. Of course not. I originally left the Brotherhood because I was tired of being stepped on and used. First, there was the water purification project, designed to freely benefit the entire capital wasteland. Even though the Brotherhood allowed it to be activated, they wanted to control it. But that wasn't enough. They forced me to help design Liberty Prime. Turned my work into a weapon of war. I had enough, so I left. It's as simple as that. Even if you know what the actuators are, you still need to know how to make them. Give him a moment. He needs to adjust to his new configuration. It would be better if a trained technician performed that task, but I suppose you deserve to be the one to do it. I couldn't care less who throws the goddamn switch. Let's just get this done already. Dr. Fillmore, did you get the requests I sent over? Considering all parties present? Sir, are you sure this is the time to be discussing it? We've lost a great leader. But you've lost a son. You have my deepest sympathies. Let's hope the change in leadership is a smooth one. Whatever it is, it'll have to wait. I can't believe what was on that holotape. What? Who? Virgil. If I was trapped in a body like that, all alone, maybe death would be a blessing. I don't know. I really don't. Yes, it matters. I want to know the truth. What happened? What? What do you mean you found a cure? There's no cure for his research. That was what he was working on. I knew it had to be something big, but I never imagined. After all that talk about trust and loyalty, you killed him? I thought, no. No, you are no better than the Institute. Damn you all. You've done well so far. but the evaluation is far from over. That would be stupid. Sitting on our hands would only give them time to prepare. Ad Victoriam, Paladin. Of course. I wouldn't want to ruin your celebration, Paladin. Seems a poor choice. Well? What happened? A letter? From... Oh. Oh, a cure? Who... Virgil. Incredible! What a breakthrough! Thank you for letting me know. This really means a lot to me. It could have been anything. What a shame. Don't lie to me. I know how the Brotherhood operates. He was a loose end, and you just had to tie it up. For all your talk, you're no different than the Institute. Damn you. All the time. He's the reason I'm here, remember? Why bring that up? Has something happened? What is it now? I'm busy. What do you need? What do you need? Well, at last, we have power adequate to our needs. To be frank, I don't agree with Father's decision, but I'll accept it. Being the director of the Institute is a serious commitment. I hope you understand that. Let's not beat around the bush. The Directorate has agreed that the Brotherhood of Steel needs to be eliminated. How did you... Never mind. Just let me see what you've got. Ad Victoriam, Sentinel.